Everybody, how's it going? So yesterday I saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 10, Past Life. So we're still in the future. We're still stuck on what's left of Earth. And the majority of the plot is basically the gang is trying to, we've got everybody together now. We got Flint. Tess is brought back to life, so she's helping out. And we got the whole team trying to figure out, okay, we got to figure out some way to get back. We found a piece of the monolith that sent them there in the first place. So we got to have a plan. And that's what most of the story is. Again, if you're new here, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the notification button because I do post, a few times a week. I'm a cool guy to follow. Why wouldn't you want to follow me? I would follow me. Oh yeah, just a quick note. I might get a little spoilery here and there. Anywho, on to the episode. So most of the episode is basically just, okay, we got to figure out how we're going to get back home. We actually get to see Enoch in action, why he's actually, when Make last time called him Plastic Man. It's because I guess you find out he actually is, he says he is some kind of robot, non-sentient kind of, person. So he actually squeezes into a crawl space because he has to get into the room and have to power up the monolith. Everybody's all together now. So we got Coulson, May, and Daisy. They're working one angle. We've got Mac, Yo-Yo, Flint, and Tess. They're off on a thing. Also, on top of that, everybody's trying to meet up with, Mac and Flint and Tess and Yo-Yo are trying to hook up actually with Fitzsimmons. That's what it is. Fitzsimmons has figured out a way, okay, we can rebuild the monolith with Flint's help. And while all this is going on, Kasius, the man whose name I never can remember how to say, he's really pissed off and he finds the dead body of Sinara, who Daisy killed last episode, making him more, the angry 5-year-old that he is. I'm surprised this guy's in charge. He has, has more fits than some kid right on a nap. He says, well, get the rest of our Inhumans. And the guy who's the Inhuman trainer, he says, get the Inhumans together. We got to take them on. He says, oh, but they're not trained. They barely can hold their own. So apparently Kasius has some kind of, let's call it hate juice or whatever it is. It's basically some kind of thing you drink and it just overwhelms you with rage. Gives you super strength, superpowers, and, well, not superpowers, just you're super strong, almost like Hulkish. Nothing can take you down. You can take on the whole world. I'm not sure how long this stuff lasts. So he actually force feeds it to the Inhuman trainer, sends him on his way, and the guy's like, "Ah!" Eyes turn black. The juices of the drink are spilling into his mouth, and he's not a happy camper. So basically, Casey goes like, sick him. So he's off on the hunt. Mac and Flint do actually hook up with Fitzsimmons. So they sit down with him and said, okay, we know you can move rocks around and stuff like that, but we're going to get down to the subatomic level. Can you actually mentally see, how things work? And, get all sciencey and a little bit of technobabble thrown in. Deke's back with the team too. And he helps out near the end as well. He's not just trying to figure out a way and looking for the, the long game to get out of there. He's actually participating in it. He actually ends up saving the day at the end of all this. That's basically it. We're just trying to figure, okay, we got to rebuild the monolith. Okay, so Flint, after Fitzsimmons trains them, he puts it back together. We have to get everybody back to the point. We get to see more of Flint and his powers. There were some faux pas with speaking of science, there were faux pas with the science. Like there was one scene where a bunch of the, Kree goons are hanging around, okay, what are we going to do, guys? We're going to go do this, we're going to do that. So they're all ganged up in this one room. And one of the guys looks over the other guy like, what? And you see outside the window, you see Flint in a spacesuit, and he's channeling his powers and gathering up all the stones around him, and he flings them at the windows. So basically that kills all the Kree in there because pressure change, sucked out into space or blown out. I forget which way it's supposed to go. Blast door closes on the window. But I thought this is weird because in the next room or the next corridor over, we got Fitzsimmons. I think we got Mac. They're all waiting in the corridor. And when he blows out the window, you would figure like anything in the vicinity, it doesn't matter if you're hiding out behind the corner, you're going to be sucked out into space as well. So what's up with that? But I guess science doesn't matter in this place. But now that Flint has learned how to become one with the Force, he's going to put the monolith together. There is a quick fight scene with a human trainer who's all juiced up. He's having a fight with May and Coulson. Coulson tries the icer. Icer doesn't work. May can't do anything. Daisy can't do anything. I forget what Daisy hits him with, sort of thing. She's doing her kung fu fighting. That's almost like the last Star Trek too. There's kung fu fighting. There's timey-wimey stuff going on. I don't know if I'm watching like these other shows or I'm watching like a sort of like a secondary Doctor Who kind of thing, because a lot of time travel going on in these shows. Yo-Yo goes off on her own, and I forget what she's looking for, but she ends up stumbling upon herself. We find out who the seer is, okay? Big spoiler. The seer is Yo-Yo. Another version of her, but she's locked up and changed in this room. This Yo-Yo explains to current Yo-Yo what's been going on, and that also sounded weird too. She explains to herself that what had happened was Kasius got a hold of her, and he, through a series of killing Yo-Yo, bringing her back, sampling her blood, creating some more human juice, and I forget how many times he puts through the process. Eventually, Yo-Yo turns into a seer, which I thought, okay, how can you do that if Yo-Yo's main power is stopping time and, running fast, that kind of thing? How does killing her a multitude of times, injecting her with inhuman serum and putting her through the process with the crystals and all that, how does that turn her into a seer? Seer Yo-Yo is trying to talk to our Yo-Yo about, okay, here's what you got to do, and I know how you feel because I've been in this position before, and trying to explain it to her, and you have to be careful. And we find out too, Coulson is dying, and then there's a cut to Coulson. He's got some growth on his chest, but not sure from what. If it's been the Tahiti treatments are now backfiring finally on him, we're not too sure. But so Yo-Yo takes off, leaves Seer Yo-Yo. Forget how Mac got separated either, but next thing you know, Mac is walking through the gladiatorial area, and there's Kasius saying, "Oh, I have your beloved Yo-Yo," and he's holding a knife to her throat. And again, this is what threw me about Mac. A man who's supposed to be like quasi-engineering, he fixes stuff. He was a mechanic. He knows how to do all sorts of things. But lately, all he's been doing is running around with his hatchet shotgun and whining all the time. Well, now Mac took a stupid pill today. He sees Helena up there. Her arms have been cut off, and you see like healed over stumps. Now he's like, "Oh my God, what did you do with her?" Now, dude, about an hour ago, you were with your girlfriend, figure out a plan. You go that way, I'm going to go this way. Now you're saying, and he doesn't know this is, Yo-Yo the Seer. It's like, what did you do, you bastard? So, Kasius is goading him and saying, here's what we're going to do to you, and taunting him. Mac loses it. But I thought, Mac, think for a second. Maybe that's an illusion. Maybe that's not Yo-Yo. How can Yo-Yo have her arms cut off and totally healed, in 2 seconds? That's, she's been like that for a while. He doesn't know about Seer Yo-Yo. So I can sort of see where the stupid is going, but it's just like, oh, give me a break, buddy. Kasius kills Seer Yo-Yo, and then he takes the inhuman juice to pump himself up, and he gets into a big rage. And he jumps down, big fight between him and Mac. He's just like, I'm gonna kill you. I want to see you dead. It's like, okay, whatever. Oh, yeah, to go back a little step, I missed a bit. Fitzsimmons, when they're trying to get to the throne room, they bumped into one of the slaves that Gemma used to hang out with, and she manages to dislodge the inhibitor so she can now talk and hear it. So she's got that. So somehow they backtracked around. And I guess Fitzsimmons were wearing their ninja boots because they're able to sneak up behind Kasius. He's beating the crap out of Mac, and she sticks the inhibitor in him, and she goes, silence. And he's like, oh, what's going on? And Mac finally, comes out of it, picks up his thing, flips out the blade on the shotgun. I thought it was like totally stupid too. The whole shotgun literally went through Casey's body. I guess he the pointy part a little bit, but he went full through the chest. It's like, really? You just got the crap beat out of you, and you go like, Kasius is dead now. In between all that too, Enoch is trying to fix the power source. Unfortunately, the Kree find him where he is. They've been doing roving patrols, and he calls in the Coulson. I'm in trouble right now. I think And well, how soon do you got? And he's like, shoots whoever the guy was behind the door. And he says, I got about 12 minutes left. Deke says, okay, tell you what, I'm going to run there. I'm going to be the hero of the day, and I'm going to go and help Enoch out. Actually, Enoch, a Kree does get through and beats the crap out of Enoch a bit, gets a slice in the face. He got a midsection cut. Deke shows up and shoots him with one of the guns they found in the cache. And it says, hey, what is this thing? Why do you have that one? He says, well, it's on the 3rd floor, hidden in a thing. And it's just like, oh, now you tell me. because of the fighting and the shooting and whatever else. Part of the power panel got knocked out. Well, we can use the power, since Enoch is sort of almost like an android of some sort, that they can hook him up to the system and set everything off. Unfortunately, there'll be some kind of a explosion because of something going on with his power supply. But for some reason, he will explode and take out everybody, including Deke. Deke's just like, yeah, I'm really not liking this plan anymore. They get the power going. They get the gang back together at the last second. Oh, yeah, and there's a part there, too, where Daisy's like, oh, I'm not going back because Deke showed me. He said to Daisy, too, yeah, you're the destroyer of worlds. So she's got this on her head the whole time, too. And again, she had her stupid pill. And I swear, every episode, too, they have like a dartboard of who's going to be whiny this week. Like, we all know, like, Mac's a whiny so-and-so. But then the other day, too, May got a little whiny. And sometimes some of the other characters get whiny. Coulson never gets whiny that much. Maybe that's why he's in charge. But today was... Daisy's starting to be whiny. She's like, oh, I'm not going back, and I can't go with you guys because if I go with you, I saw the film footage, and I'm going to destroy the world, and I can't do that. And Coulson's like, shoots her with an icer, knocks her out, and May's just like, she's going to be pissed with you. Well, I don't care right now. We got to take her home. So they manage to get everybody together. They flip the switch. The power room blows up, and the monolith engages, sucks all our heroes back up. Oh yeah, and before all that too, there is a quick little scene with, okay, Flint's done his job. Well, Flint's like, you know what, I got to still keep everything going. I got to get everybody back together. So him and Tess take off in one of the trawler ships. Now, since almost all the Kree are gone, well, somebody's got to be in charge. Somebody's got to do the thing. Might as well be Flint and Tess. With the teaser, which is basically just Tess and Flint sitting on the ship, looking at everything, and it's sort of like, yeah, you got to rebuild everything, and she's still carrying that little globe. He had this little globe of what the Earth used to look like. Tess gives it to Flint and says, like, well, here's your blueprint. Here's how you're going to build the world again, kind of thing. So I don't know if he's that powerful that he can reconstruct a planet from nothing. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that. If anybody else knows, leave it in the comments down below. But I know they said they were going to go on hiatus for February because the Olympics are up and coming. So overall, again, not a bad episode. S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm still on the fence with S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, it was an interesting episode, but like I said, some of it, the acting, especially Kasius, he always goes over the top. He chews the scenery. But he's gone now too, so I don't have to worry about him. After Mac heals his wounds, he'd probably go back to his whiny self. We're kind of left with Flint and Tess and the rest of the humans of the future. They're going to survive somehow. No more bad guys to come after him. And our heroes are hopefully transported back to present day. But we won't know until the next episode. So, as always, put it to you guys. What did you like? Did you like this episode? What are your thoughts on it? As always, leave your thoughts down below. What did you think of my video again? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Don't forget, if you're new here, you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit notifications so you know when I'm posting stuff. And as always, see you in the next one.